Hello, everyone, and welcome to Grumpy Old Soldiers, where we talk a lot of shit and hope nobody notices.
Get the fuck off my lawn.
Okay.
Hang on. I screwed up. Exit full screen. Fuck. There we go. Fucking. Oh. Fucking. Microsoft did something to Windows that if you shake a like a browser or something a couple times, it wants to jumble everything together. That pisses me off.
I'm sorry. Well, I'll make a phone call.
Okay.
I'll get this. I'll be on this tomorrow. You up?
Yeah. Tell them to handle it.
Call from the CEO.
Yeah, you're falling down on your job there, Dylan. That's what you're supposed to be taking care of.
Fucking Dylan.
Oh, man. So how are you doing tonight, Dylan?
Tired, but that's the perks of working. Got my live stream this Friday. Brian got some special guests from the UK coming on.
I forgot to come on your show that time. I forgot.
Yeah, if you want to come on this Friday, you can.
I'll see if I can.
And that's about it. I think Devin's show is coming back this Friday as well.
Oh, good.
But that's just about it. Busy with your show, busy with work, busy with my stream, busy with Devin's stream. Staying occupied.
I want to let you know while I'm thinking about it. I'm really sorry that I didn't come on. I'm scatterbrained.
It's all good.
So.
Hey, mother, how you feeling and doing? As he's so lost as I asked that question.
No, I think he lost internet.
What happened?
I asked you how you feeling and doing.
How you doing? I thought you said how you doing. How you doing? I'm going, whoa. He's talking to himself. Wow. I'm damn near. I'm doing good. Just trying to stay cool. I'm not cool with the heat, but
yeah.
The wife wanted a new AC, so we got the right size one. You know, all these years, 35 years, we've had this piddly little AC, and we got a good one. And yeah, it worked out pretty well for us.
Good deal.
Test run.
Yeah. 100 degrees yesterday, in the 90s today. But how about you, JT? How you been?
Just dealing with the heat like everybody else, but actually it's about normal for our time of the year. It just
still sucks though.
Yeah, but we made it till the middle of June before we really had to kick in the air conditioner, so we got lucky that way.
Yeah, I can honestly say you're right. I didn't break down and put my ACs in until last week. So, I mean, that's pretty good for me. Usually when I hit 70, I'm done. But I toughed it out, so I really couldn't tough it out no more.
How many times did you have to say, damn it, Dylan?
Oh, Jesus, that's many times as I spark a bowl. That's a lot.
Understandable. What about you, Chuck? How you doing down there in that other world?
Right over where Joe Rogan almost got killed.
Rogan would have killed his ass.
There's no way. Joe Rogan is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, so
I'm gonna research up on him. I've heard of the Liberty King. I just don't know who he is.
Yeah. Well,
because I know he had like a special. I want to say it's on Netflix or something.
Oh.
There's a documentary on him or something.
Oh. That's not necessarily good.
No, especially if it's on Hulu.
Yeah. Oh, man. No, I'm doing fine. Not doing anything right now. Waiting for my next dentist appointment, the one where they get to x-ray this and poke and prod at it, get a biopsy, whatever's in my cheek right here. The
Oh,
dentist.
shit, we got sharp jackknife. We can do that for you. Save a whole bunch of trouble.
Yeah. I got a sharp pokey thing right here. I keep it
Well,
at the
there you
ready.
go.
Cool. Yeah, the current
So-
my current dentist thinks it might be cancer, so we do need to take a look at it. I don't think so.
I hope not.
I don't think so.
Just let JT and Jim poke at it a few times. It'll go away.
But if it is, it's better now to know now. Get
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah.
I mean, the treatments now are so advanced, and they're changing every day. So
Yep. Yeah, I'm not
early
worried.
detection is the key.
I'm not worried.
I don't have that feeling about you. I'm not saying I'm a psychic or nothing, but sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I actually took a test about 10 years ago, a DNA test, to see if I am a likely candidate for cancer. The test said no.
Huh.
I don't know if that means anything, but I'm sticking with it.
Well, they say genetics does, you know, they can
Yeah.
kind
Well,
of
that you
predict.
didn't have the jab, did you?
That was before the jab.
That they told you to get that checked.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Speaking of the jab, did you see where that? I think he was 11 years old. He won his team won the Little League tournament or whatever. 2 days later, he died of a heart attack.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's
Myocarditis.
normal.
That's.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. You know, how many years ago did they put the paddles in elementary schools?
We had, I think there was a meeting about when my daughter was going to school, when they wanted to put them, what do they call them, AEDs or whatever they are,
Yeah,
in the schools,
paddles.
and that was a concern. Well, kids don't have heart attacks, but we got teachers, you know, so that was the argument then.
Yeah.
My father said we could shake up
But-
Dylan and ask him like a magic 6-ball.
Oh yeah.
Well,
But I
would
can
still prefer
remember
the 8-ball.
I can remember that specifically being a thing. Kids don't have heart attacks.
Yep. But hell, they even put posters on the sides of buses. Kids 10 years to 12 years old, it's normal for them to have a stroke.
Yeah. Yeah, infant stroke teams is a normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No. Yeah, there's
But we are not doctors. We are no way, shape, or form medical experts, although I did stay at a Holiday Inn once.
Express.
Oh,
Take that for what it is.
Yeah. Oh man. I got some fun stuff. Let's see here. Oh, lost it. Don't know what. Anyway. Oh man. Oh yeah. Do you guys remember what Trump said the other day about Congress, or no, these about Iran and Israel and shit?
what, the other day when he dropped the F-bomb?
Yep. Yep. Let's see. Unmute. There we go.
Now we basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Wow, and there are too a lot of people
angry.
talking.
Oh man. So I just wanted to save that because it sounded like fun. Man, I'm losing my fucking mind. What else? Oh, okay. So Dylan, what are you vaping on tonight, man?
Ferguson, and my billet box with the Wicked Alpha in it, and that has Stevie Marquez's ski mask, which is a Smarties candy.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It is. Big Buddha. What are you vaping on?
I got my Blaze. I put that on old school, the Squid Industries detonator. My brother George, I've got Drop on top of the Therion. And of course, the Sand. That gets a lot of use. I like it. JT?
Hey, I had pretty much the same old, fellas. I got the Caliburn running. It's got the Bonnie and Clyde. We've got the Extreme Ice and the Intake MTL on the Lima for Brother George. And another George contraption's the Bulk on top of the Gower, and it's running the Nom's Grape Ice.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Pulse V2 finishing up the very last of the pineapple coconut, and I got something I'm waiting to try on it. And we've got the Huckwaw with the Voltro inside running the berries.
You ought to name that Viagra.
Probably.
I get a hat on every time I see it.
That's a good reason.
Maybe I'm just not looking at it right. And last but not least, the Aries 2 on top of the Ursa Quest. And it's running Bonnie and Clyde in it too. And what are you vaping, Chuck?
Well, tonight I've got the Stubby 21 with the Ponte Boro in it. Boro RBA. And the Cthulhu.
God bless you.
Thank you. And it's got the Cthulhu tank with the fucking, I don't remember. It's got, I don't know. Anyway, and I'm just using my own e-juice in that. Oh. So, you know how at WNBA, who's that one girl that said they're all here to see two people and I'm one of them? No.
Don't know you. The only ones I know about the WNBA is that he-she thing there that was in Russia got arrested, and the white girl that they've all shunned.
Yeah. Oh, Caitlin Clark. Well, anyway, this is interesting. It'll start making sense in just a second.
Promise.
I hope.
Pay attention, Dylan.
If you're watching this video, you like me are laughing at the WNBA and how dumb they're being with a Michael Jordan level talent that they have in their league. And I am not talking about Angel Reese. I'm talking about Caitlin Clark. Now, in my opinion, the reason why there's so much backlash against Caitlin Clark is solely because of the color of her skin. She's a white woman playing in a mostly black league. And the fact that she is probably the best player in the league has a lot of people nervous. Now, because of Caitlin Clark's popularity, people have been trying to prop up.
Anyway, the other one, not Caitlin, but the other one, Angel Reese, she's been saying, oh, they're all here to see me too. You know it. Admit it.
Another player, which is Angel Reese, to make it seem like they're at the same level. It's either you can have Caitlin Clark on one side or Angel Reese. But I'm here to tell you, they are not at the same level. No. And they've even got Angel Reese believing that she is the reason why the WNBA is becoming more popular, or she's one of the reasons, not just Caitlin Clark. Here is what Angel Reese said.
I think so many people are watching women's basketball right now. It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball.
This is going to be funny.
People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize.
No, it's because of Caitlin Clark.
That.
Race Part 33. Let's get it.
Do what?
They're talking about W because they're a joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And they want to be paid. They want these women to be paid as much as the NBA. And it's like, you can't. There's no money for it. Because they're not bringing in the people.
They lost by 25 this time. Bang! That stuffer coming hot with the stats. She went 0 of 8, 5 turnovers, and she got 1 hit stick. Bang! She had 12 rebounds. 8 of them were the me-bounds, if you know what I'm saying. All right, let's get it going. How about it? Bang! Again, there's another me-bound. Let's do it again. Bang! Another me-bound. Do it again. Bang! Another me-bound.
Well, maybe I am watching because of her. She's a joke.
Yeah. Here. Yeah.
You're allowed
It's going to get funny.
to pass the ball. I'm gonna tell her when you travel, you need your real ID now. Bang! He throws 8 free. Bang! Again. Bang! The Fly and Angel Reese have in common, they both get swatted.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person.
At
It's
least
because of
with the Globetrotters, you kind of knew what to expect.
Yeah.
You know.
me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Now, this sparked a huge debate online. How come the WNBA is more popular? Is it because of Angel Reese, or is it because of Caitlin Clark? Or is it a combination of both? But the numbers had it clearly that it was Caitlin Clark, not Angel Reese.
Here comes the breakdown. You're going to like this.
Here are some of those numbers.
They're not even close talent-wise, though. Let's keep it real, right? Because, like, part of that is I think it's a race component, though, for sure, though. Even in the football, right? When I felt like when there was ever a white player, because, first of all, football and basketball are dominated by blacks, right? That's what it is. 17,000, 18,000, 7,000, something. That's coming to easy.
Last year during their...
For Angel Reese? Do y'all? No.
So that was last year during their rookie campaign. Now we're in year 2.
What, he was just trying to say that they're there to see both of them. Or no, he was saying they were there to see Caitlin Clark.
And Caitlin Clark has just gone down with an injury, and she's going to be out for 2 weeks.
All right, we have some big breaking news out of the WNBA, where Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark is going to be sidelined for at least 2 weeks. The All-Star point guard is dealing with a strained left quad, which was first aggravated in training camp and will be reevaluated in 14 days. Caitlin Clark currently averaging 19 points per game, which is
him in the nuts.
Yeah.
Tied for 8th in the W, also a league-leading 9.3 assists. Based on the Fever's timeline, Clark will miss at least 4 games.
Now, as you heard, she was going to miss only 4 games, and one of those games was against Angel Reese and her team in Chicago. Now, Angel Reese was still playing in the game, but Caitlin Clark wasn't. So what happened to the tickets? Well, the prices dropped like a rock. Now, tickets dropped from an average of $393 to $20. And then it got even worse because closer to game day, tickets dropped to about $7 per ticket. In some instances, they were giving away tickets for $3. And Angel Reese, who people were supposed to be going to see, was still playing in the game. And then what about the rest of the WNBA? Well, the New York Post reports the WNBA ratings plummeted over 50%. As the New York Post reports, the WNBA ratings have gone in the tank without Caitlin Clark. The superstar Fever guard has been out since May 24th with a sprained left quad, and since then, nationally televised games are down 55% in viewership. So as
so that's wait a second. Okay. God, I'm off tonight. I am so off. So yeah, without Caitlin Clark there, tickets are going for as little as $3. And they had been over 300.
They got to get that grip too.
Yeah. Okay. If anybody wants to see how presidents can call in a strike, not just Trump, but going back to Bill Clinton, that's...
Ronald Reagan did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
George Washington did it.
Well, several times, yeah.
He was general too, so. But hang on.
But honestly, that's kind of a deterrent. I mean, knowing the president doesn't have to jump through hoops, I'm slap your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There we go.
President Trump didn't ask Congress before bombing Iran.
The use of military force must be approved by the House and the Senate. That's according to the Constitution.
But he isn't the first president to take military action before checking with Congress, and he probably won't be the last. We saw this with President Clinton in 1999 with NATO airstrikes against what was then Yugoslavia, and with President Obama in 2011 with intervention in Libya. And even in 2017, when President Trump ordered a missile strike in Syria. Trump is supposed to submit to Congress a legal justification for having bombed Iran's nuclear facilities within 48 hours of the operation. While he hasn't done that yet, it's unlikely he'll face consequences outside of the court of public opinion. Should legal action come, the U.S. courts really can't do anything. They have a limited authority over a president when it comes to his decisions about military action and the use of force. The same goes for international law. The United Nations Charter lays out very clearly what is and isn't justified when a country decides to use force. But experts tell me a violation of the UN Charter really doesn't mean much. It would be more of a diplomatic issue rather than something that would actually stop.
Yeah, so there is that. Yeah, and like you were saying, it goes back to George Washington.
Yeah, and then don't forget the Patriot Act when they started throwing the word terrorism in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No, what was it here just a couple months ago? Trump sent them out there and got them in, what was it, Somalia? Got them in the cave?
Yeah. Yep. Also, I don't know if you guys heard about it, but there was a judge who tried to claim that there have been hate crimes against him on either Twitter or something. And so the people investigated it, and it doesn't seem that way.
The Fort Bend County judge is now being investigated for alleged election fraud. Judge KP George is accused of knowing about fake posts
subway in the MAGA country.
Yeah.
Post made by his former campaign consultant, Thurul Patel.
A few moments later.
By the way, guys, we can't all be stoned at the same time.
A Houston area county judge is facing legal action today for allegedly posting fake racist messages.
Yeah, it seems like it.
To make it appear he was a target of hate during his 2022 re-election. Fort Bend County Judge KP George was indicted and booked into jail on a misdemeanor charge last night.
A few moments later.
Fort Bend County Judge KP George is facing new charges. We've got his mugshot.
Let's do this.
Oh, I'm not going to answer anything you ask me about it because you didn't let me see it.
Sorry. Here's the guy. You got to see his face.
In the past 5 minutes, and these charges appear to be even more serious than the crimes he's already accused of committing.
So this sitting judge has been indicted twice, one for election interference and a second time for money laundering. Let's talk about it. This is Fort Bend County Judge KP George. Now, he is essentially the county executive of Fort Bend County. He runs the county. Now, Texas is weird in this way where their county executives are called judges and they run something called commissioner's court.
That's not the only way.
Commissioner's court isn't the sort of court you may think of when you hear the word. You know what I mean, the kind that settles disputes with witnesses, evidence, and juries. No, Commissioner's Court is a special kind of business court made up of one county judge and 4 county commissioners. The county judge serves as the presiding officer of the court. It's here where they conduct county business and make big county decisions, like adopt the county budget and tax rates, authorize county contracts, approve budgeted purchases, fill vacancies in county offices, set county salaries and benefits, as well as elections, jails, health districts, parks.
Is the presiding judge.
It's a long list.
So Judge KP George is the presiding judge in Fort Bend County. And Fort Bend County is a pretty big county in Texas. It has almost 1 million residents. Now, KP George is a Democrat, and he won re-election by 4 points over Republican Trevor Neal.
County judge race where incumbent KP George defeated Republican challenger Trevor Nels. It was a narrow race, and George says that he is thankful for the public's choice.
Experience mirrors that of countless others who have found their place and purpose in Fort Bend County. When I became the county judge almost 6 years ago, Fort Bend County was going through a transformation with a population of almost 800,000.
County taxes. Because, so now you may be saying, well,
sorry, I'll get this shit straightened out someday.
Why are we talking about this judge in Fort Bend County, Texas? Because it seems like the judge is corrupt as heck. Let me explain. First, it all starts with this guy. His name is Terrell Patel. Now, this Democrat has connections that go all the way to the White House.
Also known as KP.
He was appointed by Joe Biden to serve in his administration.
TP.
As a liaison to the White House. He also served as a law clerk for the Department of Justice Criminal Division in the Public Integrity Section. And he was appointed as a member of the White House's Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islanders Committee, also known as WHAANHPI. That is a long list of letters. Now, Patel, also being a longtime friend of the judge and close confidant, decided to run for a local seat in Fort Bend County. Now, Patel is running against Republican and longtime Commissioner Andy Myers. Now, Andy Myers has been on this job for 27 years. Now, during the campaign, Patel had an interesting idea. Now, Patel posted a collage of hateful comments that he says was sent by Myers' MAGA racist Republican supporters. Now, here is what Patel had to say about this madness.
This came after Patel sent out a press release with a collage of supposed racist social media posts that he claimed were directed at him. Meyer told investigators he recognized one of the accounts behind the comments as Antonio Scallywag.
Now, to keep a long story short, Antonio Scallywag was Patel. Patel was sending racist hate crime stuff against himself in hopes of getting sympathy from the public so he can win the election. And when police did the investigation, they found out and arrested Patel.
Commissioner's Court.
Yeah, police say Terrell Patel created a fake social media account, then used it to make racist attacks against himself. He's facing a felony count of online impersonation. In newly obtained court documents, authorities allege Patel stole a Needville man's photo, used it to set up his fake Facebook persona for a man he called Antonio Scallywag.
Isn't that also the same or similar to ID theft?
And according to documents,
yeah,
it's a fraud.
Yeah, because he's pinning it all on this one guy.
the scheme was uncovered after Patel sent out a press release highlighting racist attacks targeting him and his campaign. Of course, now police believe some of those attacks were fabricated by Patel himself.
So now you may be wondering, well, what does this guy have to do with the judge? Yeah, he worked for the judge, he's close to the judge, but if he's doing this, he should go to jail. Well, when police did their investigations, they looked into Patel's cell phone. Who are you contacting during this time? And it looks like KP George was directing Patel on what to do.
Fort Bend County Judge.
Anyway,
KP George.
That's sorry, that got really boring. Sorry, guys. Oh man, let me see. Oh yeah.
I don't believe it. Oh, why would they perpetrate something like that? Come on.
Stop. Have time.
Oh man. Let's see. Oh, I think you're gonna like this. It's called Ghetto Fatigue. Started off, it was originally being called Black Fatigue, and the black people have taken it and done something with it.
What about Dylan fatigue?
We're not even there yet.
Oh, okay.
This trending topic
known as black fatigue. Now here's the thing. A lot of people think that this black fatigue is only occurring in white groups, that white people are mad at black people or having black fatigue. But it's other races as well, including black people who are starting to have black fatigue.
Hey man, it's getting spooky. I just came across something called black fatigue. And basically, it's white Americans are sick of our
Yep. I got news for you. Black Americans are sick of your...
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Black people being entitled and saying it's because of racism. Even the black people are tired of hearing there are other black people doing it.
That's right. Black people are sick of black people's
This is what black fatigue looks like.
I'm just trying to get my sandwich, bro.
This is why people are tired of black people. We can't even take y'all to Subway to order a sandwich without y'all arguing and trying to fight each other. Black people like to think that the world revolves around them. That you gotta wait on black people. We gotta get ours first. I'm gonna handle my business. I don't care about anybody else's. I gotta sit back and yell and scream and holler and act like I'm a little girl rather than a grown woman in a restaurant. This is another reason for why people don't take black women seriously, because they act like this. I don't care who was wrong in the situation. Both of you are hood rats acting like two children. This is the main reason for why I'm not even talking about white people, but a lot of minorities in this country are tired of black people because they have to deal with this on a daily basis. They have to go to restaurants and go to schools and go to parties and go anywhere. And this is the kind of behavior they see from black people. We take up a bunch of space. We sit back.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
hey, sorry to interrupt, but there's been 20 new bat virus cases found in China.
Really?
Just to let you know. Yeah, just 20.
Just 20? I hope they
That's
didn't
all.
do gain-of-function research on them.
There's damn pangolin that's doing that shit.
Yeah.
Fucking pangolin.
Yeah. So, yeah, fortunately, black people are stepping up and talking about the other black people who are acting like kids.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I'd say about time. They've got, it happens about every 20 years or so. People finally get fed up with what's going on.
Yep.
Yeah. What was it? Remember over in Sicily back in the 80s, the women got pissed off and run the mafia out of the courthouses and shit.
Fuck.
Yeah, what was it? What they call it? Pan riot or something?
I don't
Pan
know.
parade. They were out there beating the damn pans. Don't piss them women off.
Hey, 8 Ball, pay attention. You might learn something.
I am paying attention. And for a second, I thought JT said fucking pansies.
Oh, I can see what that sign says there on his forehead. No one home today.
Yeah. Hey, do y'all remember when Whoopi Goldberg was trying to say things in this country, things for black people are as bad or worse than they are for people in Iran?
Iranian women, yeah.
Yeah.
When did she do that one?
Persian princess, because folks, that's where I grew up. Yep.
Oh yeah, I want to point out this woman on the screen. Let me make sure she's on the screen. She was born and raised in Iran, and in 1979, when that went into effect, her family left.
I grew up in Tehran.
Yeah.
I was forced to line up at school and chant "Death to America" over and over again, chanting for the destruction of the country of my birth. That was never going to happen. I used to silently mouth the words but never actually say it. That was my little act of resistance in primary school. In Iran, I was forced to wear a dehumanizing hijab just to be allowed to attend school.
Little Rita.
This is a country where family members and family friends were targeted by the Islamist regime, arrested, beaten, and yes, even some were killed. Where having a picture of the Shah was tantamount to a death sentence. That's the Iran I grew up in, a country that went from being relatively modern, free and secular to being an Islamist hellhole, After the Islamic Revolution, women were stripped of their rights and they remain to this day second-class citizens. Women can be arrested, beaten, some have even been killed for just showing their hair. So you can understand why this week I was fascinated to learn that no, women in Iran don't have it so bad. Indeed, folks in America, if they happen to be black or gay, have it far worse. Well, that's what you'd think if you were watching the spectacularly stupid ravings of Whoopi Goldberg on The View.
The Iranians literally throw gay people off of buildings. They don't adhere to basic human rights.
Listen, here's the thing.
Let's
not do that, because if we start with that, we have been known in this country to tie gay folks to the car.
Where the Iranian regime is today in 2025 is nothing
used
compared
to
to the
just
United
keep
States.
hanging black people. So
It is not even the same. I couldn't step foot during this.
Wait. That's not what you mean to say. It is the same.
It's not what you mean to say? Shit.
Yes, Whoopi thinks it's the same. She thinks America and Iran are the same. The human rights abuses are the same. The fact that more than 90 million people are oppressed in Iran, and women doubly so, systematically subjugated by a brutal regime, she thinks that's the same as America. That is the modern left, folks. Dumb, dishonest, and dangerously delusional.
And that's why I am saying that it is the same. Murdering someone for their difference is not good, whoever does it.
This woman never studied world news, it sounds like.
Oh, they're into equivocating.
Yes.
Everything's
But they advocate for killing us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, equivocating. That's a very good word.
Sounds dirty.
Yeah.
So that's why I said you weren't saying what I heard was not what you meant.
I think it's very different to live in the United States in 2025 than it is to live in Iran.
Not if you're black.
Not for everybody.
Not if you're black.
Not if you're black. Really? So crime happening in America, a black person killing another black person, for example, for which the perpetrator will be punished, is the same in Whoopi's warped mind as the state killing you because you're a minority, because you're gay or an infidel, for example. Let me be clear. The Iranian regime will hang you from a crane in the public square for crimes like blasphemy, witchcraft, homosexuality, and of course, if you dare show any dissent, if you challenge the brutal regime. Whoopi thinks that's pretty much how black folks are treated in America.
Yeah. Whoopi's opinions are just not worth a shit.
Yeah, but why can't we round these people up and put them in a camp and treat them like they say they're being treated?
Yeah.
Give them a taste of what they think they enduring, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
mean like
yeah,
re-education camps?
What's that?
You mean like re-education camps?
Yeah.
Kinda.
With this a prettier painting job on the outside?
Wait a minute. In 1950, you can't drink from that fountain. Get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
It's like you can't sit in the back of the bus. You can't sit in the front of the bus.
Yeah.
One person did it.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a false flag.
I'm not proud of our
event.
history, but it happened and we bettered ourselves.
Yeah.
We gave you a chance and you abused it.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the trannies. We gave you a chance. We weren't shunning you at first. You abused it.
But it goes all the way to, I'm sorry, I love women to death, but y'all do not need to be in jobs of power. It's not made for every one of you, just like not every man's made for every job of power.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not everybody's equal.
Yeah,
It doesn't happen that way. I'm not going to be a wallpaper hanger. Not going to happen.
Yeah, well, look at the teachers union, mainly women. And it's blew its usefulness out before it even started.
Yeah.
Yep. Never should have let him wear pants.
Stupid pants.
Y'all remember the problem with Carmelo Anthony killing another kid?
The only problem there was they didn't hit his ass with fucking murder charge right off the bat, and then let him go to his graduation.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just a struggling black boy from the project. Come on.
Yeah.
But
Frisco is a very wealthy area. Anyway, go ahead.
Didn't that
when you're black.
DA?
Yeah.
Didn't the DA get a hold of some video footage that kind of changed their opinion?
Yeah, which they have not released yet, but they've let a few people look at it. Hang on. Oh.
Self-defense claim, and I'm going to tell you it's nonsense. But it's important to understand the reasons why I believe it's nonsense. The first thing is his response was unreasonable for the situation. Yeah. First, we look at the place where
he's explaining why self-defense won't work in this case.
It happened. This was a high school track meet. This was a school event. This wasn't at a club or a bar. This wasn't a dark alley. This is a place where teachers, parents, and even coaches were there to step in if anything bad were to happen. The second, we look at the interaction itself. Was deadly physical force reasonable in this situation?
Not at all.
Let's be ultra clear here. You can only use deadly physical force to protect yourself in a situation when you reasonably believe that deadly physical force is being employed against you. The threat doesn't have to be actual, meaning you don't have to see the gun pointed at you. You don't have to see the knife. The threat of the gun, the threat of the knife is sufficient enough to allow you to protect yourself. You don't have to get stabbed or punched or harmed to employ deadly physical force against a reasonable perceived threat of deadly physical force. Now, I don't think anyone serious is going to...
Now I know what to do.
Yeah.
When I meet up with Ellen.
Yeah.
Say that Austin Metcalf's telling Carmelo Anthony to move from under the tent was a threat that came to the level of deadly physical force. Now, one other legal thing that I want to mention to you guys is that when the defendant, in this case Carmelo Anthony, raises self-defense as his defense, he's essentially saying, I did it. I killed this guy, but I was legally justified in killing this guy. So at this point, it's now the state of Texas that has to prove that Carmelo Anthony did not employ...
Damn it. Anyway, so the point is, not self-defense.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but they're saying it's frozen.
Yeah, I just fixed it. No, I didn't. There. Okay. Sorry, guys. God, I'm off tonight. Anyway, so this guy... know somebody who saw the video, and the video does not support a self-defense argument.
No, that was pretty much known right when it happened. That's, it's out in the open. There's people around.
Yeah.
You're at a high school event. Why are you carrying a deadly weapon?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Touch me again doesn't mean that you are going to kill somebody.
Yeah, no, there's a fine line. I've carried a gun all my legal life, and no, there's lines not to be crossed.
Yep.
For this reason.
Yep.
But nobody's been taught that.
No. People
but
don't.
We were taught it in high school. We were taught firearm safety in school.
Yeah.
Then I was taught it in Boy Scouts, and I was taught it in Civil Air Patrol. I mean, then the hunter safety, you name it. I mean,
yeah.
There's information, there's training to be had. That's where I feel so bad about the issue of constitutional carry. I do believe everybody has a right of legal age to carry a gun. But then again, do they really in this day and age with the stupidity out there? The only requirement is to be 21 and not a felon?
Yeah.
And then again, don't get me started on a felon bullshit.
Yeah.
But I don't think there should be a felon. I think if the man served his term, he should be free and clear until proven different.
Yeah.
Again, you know.
Yeah, and I bet a bunch of people, a bunch of us, probably 3 of us, and Brian and a few others, when we were all in high school, there were pickups in the parking lot that had gun racks with guns on them.
Shotgun, rifle, whatever. Yeah.
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 Somebody
And the windows were usually open.
Say that?
Yeah. And the windows were opened in the truck.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it comes down.
Yeah,
Open your eyes, people. It's a people thing. They've taught everybody to worry about their poor widow feelings and take away the real lessons in life, you know?
Yeah, Brian said they now they teach transgender etiquette in school.
Yeah, bad trade, huh?
Yep. Before the kids even know what sex is. Oh! You guys, wait.
In our last video, we...
Hang on.
Breathe deep. Slow down.
Okay. Good idea. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this one good.
We're going to show you all of this and then give you the bottom line.
Here we go.
They took bits and pieces from a leaked top secret intelligence report. And by the way, I understand the FBI is investigating who was the source of that leak because it's an illegal leak to CNN. And this is the same fake news CNN reporter who wrote the story alleging that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation, which we know is one of the greatest political hoaxes this country and the American public have ever seen. And that CNN story does not change the facts. There was a total and complete obliteration of Iran's nuclear facilities. And because of the president's strike, because of the precision of our United States military and this perfectly executed mission, Iran no longer has the capability to produce a nuclear weapon as imminently as they did prior to the strike. The American people and the world should be grateful for that, and it's disgusting that CNN and the New York Times are disparaging not just the president, but our brave men and women who helped conduct this highly successful operation.
What kind of consequence could the leaker face?
They should go to jail.
All right, that was the White House press secretary. And we're picking up where we left off yesterday. But the issue today is leaking top secret information and why CNN should be held accountable for reporting on it, especially when they don't even provide a copy of the report to the public. Why report on a story if you can't even show proof of the story? That's number one. Number two, the person who leaked the information, no question, should be held accountable. And number three, which is really troubling here, they only received bits and pieces of this report. So how are you going to run a story if you don't even have the full picture, especially a story that undermines the decision making from the president of the United States by claiming that the strikes against Iran were ineffective?
Yep. Bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, especially when Iran and Israel have both come out and said they destroyed them completely.
Yeah.
They're trying to run this narrative that Trump's a fucking crazed old man that doesn't have his faculties.
Yeah.
He's trying to destroy the world.
No, and we all know who that person was. The one.
And that's why we need to thank people from the No Kings protest, because now we don't have a king. I woke up the next day and we were happy. No king.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Right.
No king.
Good job.
They're going to have it again on Independence Day, our actual annual No King's Day.
No King's Day, yeah.
And I carry a rock in my pocket that keeps elephants away. And it works great. Worked all my life.
Cool. Where did you get it?
I can't tell you where I got it, but if I get another one, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Let me show you one more thing. Hang on. Fuck. I've got video of Senator Fetterman supporting the midnight hammer strike they did in Iran.
I don't like Fetterman anymore. He makes me think that he might have a brain again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The smartest Democrat there is.
Yeah. Hang on.
With known brain damage.
Yeah.
No sound, Joe.
And remember,
Got it.
this is some of the graphics that you want to keep in mind.
Okay.
I know you take a lot of long flights, Bill Malhusian. This one was not a comparison. So at 12:01 a.m., these B-2s left Missouri from Whiteman Air Force Base, and they had to fly overnight. They had to get refueled a couple of times along.
Y'all ever seen them refuel a plane while it's flying?
Yeah.
That's some scary shit.
The way. That's an amazing thing to see, and such a feat of engineering and skill with the pilots. Dangerous, but obviously they did it so well. They entered into the Iranian airspace, and they had this window from 6:40 to 7 p.m. time on target, and that is when it happened. Then they exited Iran, and they turned around and come back. At the same time, after
And that makes it hammer time.
Hammer time.
the B-2s were dropping their bombs, you also had the Tomahawk missiles that were fired that went into Estefan, which we talked about earlier in the show. Here's some, well, basically satellite technology that says that's the Fordo site there, right? And then this is it after.
Yeah.
And so analysis is happening right now to find out the extent of the damage. We're going to learn a lot more about that. In the meantime, Democratic Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania, he is here to talk to us about all sorts of things. And one of the things I wanted to ask you about is many people on the congressional side of things, especially the Democrats, are upset that President Trump didn't seek congressional authority beforehand. They weren't always upset. Previous presidents have done similar things and targeted strikes like President Obama. How do you see that debate playing out over the next week?
Here we go.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, I'm sure. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people in my party that are going to disagree with the strike in Iran, and I actually support that. I've been always calling for that thing. I think it was entirely appropriate. And again, there might be votes on that. So for me, that's not a war. That was a very limited military exercise, and it struck that, and then that's where we're at. So really, it really wasn't about unconstitutional or it's anything like that. It was like a very, very limited.
Damn it. All right, whatever. Fuck it.
Did you notice his background? Is that his happy place?
Might be. Yeah. Yeah, Mexican prison. Okay. Shit. Oh, boy. Hey, Jim, you got a joke for us?
You know, I might. Let's see. There was this incident at the New England Savings and Loan. Bank robber. He's robbing the place.
Can you start that over? Sorry.
Oh, okay. Bank robber goes into the New England Savings and Loan. He forces the teller to put all the money in the sack. On his way out, the security guard decides he's going to be a hero. He grabs the guy, rips his mask off, and the bank robber steps back and shoots him. Well, another guy steps up, tries to wrestle him, and he shoots him too. And another guy standing there just looking at him. He shoots him too, and he goes, "Anybody else in here see me, see my face?" Guy on the ground says, "Not me, but my mother-in-law got a really good look at it."
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. I think I know what's going on. It's not something everybody needs to know, but I'll be better next week, I promise.
Damn it, Dylan.
Yeah, I think I accidentally took all of my night meds instead of just my dinner time ones. And just fucks with my head.
Oh, I thought you might have needed some Pepto.
Oh, so we're in for some real entertainment is what you're telling us.
Yeah, next week, I promise. It'll get better. Oh, man. So, let me... No.
And remember, people, don't argue with a fool. It's like arguing with a pig. You roll around in the mud for a while, and you're dirty, and the pig loves you.
Yeah. Well, that's it for this week. Y'all are welcome to come and join us in Zoom afterwards. And sorry. Everybody have a good night.